Hello and welcome to episode 336 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, Matty B, joined in studio by Bronell Harvin Canoop. On this episode, we recap the 7th annual Labor Day Classic at the Hillcrest in Moose Jaw. Just another wonderful day of golf, a little breezy, but couldn't ask for much better weather in late August, early September. We're going to recap that. We're also going to touch on the Tour Championship. The flawed format really comes back to bite the PGA because probably no one watched it. When you have a 7-shot lead after the first round, it's going to be tough to get people to tune in. But we're going to talk about it briefly. We're also going to touch on the picks. We'll get to this year's winner. Harv's strategy paid off. And,
you're welcome.
Lots to talk about. Just a programming note. There will be no pod next week. We have decided to finally take a break. Season's over. We got 1 week off, and then we're going to come back 2 weeks from now with our President's Cup preview as we get ready to head to Montreal to cover the event. And then we'll obviously do a recap episode and recaps while we're down there. So we're going to take the week off next week to put in some, let's say, home investment. Sure.
Yeah, because we're going to pod Sunday after the President's Cup.
Yeah.
It is 3 weeks away.
Is your microphone turned on, bro, now?
Nope.
It wasn't. Yeah, okay.
24 days. I logged into Ticketmaster today. It said 24 days.
24
So for those that didn't hear me, my comment before was, since I was going to take next week off anyways, I'll be taking 2 weeks off.
Sure. No non-boycott related, I guess.
Probably should have checked the mics before you started the pod, eh?
Nah, it's fine. You
Two
can just
two in a row. Missing 2 pods in a row is something.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You've missed like 4 of the last 6.
Never back to back. Never back to back.
Yes. Before we get into the show, though, we want
a bunch more.
Want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, PLYRGolf.com. Use the promo code Drive the Green for 20% off your order. Player was obviously on full display this weekend at the Labor Day Classic. It was part of our tee gift, as it always is, and just plenty of people wearing Player shirts over the past years that they've ordered using the promo code. Hats from previous years. Everyone's always happy to get a new hat or a new Player item. And then Player hooked us up big time this year with valuables pouches for all of the players in the tournament, which were very, very well done and very well received, including those that had no idea what a valuables pouch was.
I didn't know I needed this.
What is this?
Perfect.
It's to put your stuff in. Oh, I have pockets in my golf bag for that. Yeah, but you put them in this pocket inside that pocket. So
I think it's for like wallet, keys, phone for the most part, isn't it?
yeah, just to put your stuff
Yeah.
in.
Some guys use it for tees and
I would use it. I would use it for tees and stuff because I hate reaching in that pocket and getting poked by a bunch. If it's in a separate like valuables pouch, I can like open it up a little bit better.
See, my tees are in its own pouch.
Yeah,
and
sure.
all my divot repairs, my coins, markers, blah, blah, blah. That's all in my valuables pouch.
So the non-poking
Exactly.
things.
That's right.
That's fair. Yeah. Sure.
Rangefinder, gloves.
Yep.
All of it.
markers,
Mm-hmm.
divot repair tools.
Yeah, so big thanks to Chase and Player for hooking us up there. We're also members of Team Callaway. This year, as part of our opening and tournament, we had a putt-off before the tournament started for a Jailbird Mini putter. And friend of the pod, Cody, won that. Hilarious enough, he won it while putting with a Callaway Jailbird Mini putter. So we'll probably work out some sort of credit because I don't think he needs 2. So he'll get some other Callaway items. And
I was surprised how many people made it.
3.
Like, I heard right off the bat, oh, yeah,
I think
2
Cody
people
was the
made it
first
already.
guy.
I was
Third,
like, oh
he was
my
the
God.
third guy.
Third guy,
Yeah.
and then so 3 out of 150 made it, including the third guy. that
About
did it.
10 didn't putt for some reason. Scaredy cats, I guess.
Oh, wow. Well, jokes on
We
them.
maybe didn't tell everyone.
Wow.
But I
How
announced
can
it.
you not
I
see
announced it
everyone?
many times.
Yeah.
And then another friend of the pod, Levi, he won the driver on 8, so he's gonna get hooked up with the driver.
Yeah, I smoke.
So AI smoke or next week, maybe he'll get a tactical one. That'd be sick. So yeah, thanks to Callaway as always being a part of it. Sponsors a huge part of this tournament. Churchill Keegan came down slinging mowers on 13. I played the skins game with myself and a couple, the tournament winners, which we'll get to. So I had a chance to play with those guys. Keegan's he brought it all this year. He got the tent. He had like so many mowers. So thanks to Keegan for coming, and thanks to Churchill for sponsoring. No mowers for us tonight. We're having paralyzers.
Yeah,
Had
what
to
a
switch it
weird
up a bit.
idea.
Yeah.
I've just been craving it.
I'm
for 2
okay
days.
with
Nothing
it.
like a paralyzer on a 30-degree day.
In this
Milk was
studio.
a bad choice.
Exactly.
This studio is so hot tonight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and last but not least, Rich from Mecklenburg Financial Group came down, played with friend of the pod, Cade Johnson, last week's guest, and they came up one shot short of the championship. So I'm sure
Canuck didn't
Rich,
hit it close enough for them on 8. That was their shot that they missed out on.
yeah, you can't be swishing your
They made-
drink
they
around
made
right
birdie?
beside your
You
microphone.
can't. You got.
Did they make par or
Stop
birdie?
swishing your drink around by the microphone.
Did they make eagle though?
They didn't
No,
make eagle.
They
They
didn't
made
make
birdie.
eagle. So
You probably set people. You probably set what 10 people up with eagles that day.
There were a few,
A
actually.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were quite a few.
So I didn't check the scorecards, but
I tried to look, but it doesn't work.
well, I can look it up
Right
on
now.
my
Are
computer.
we still talking
afterwards.
Labor Day? Or we?
Labor Day.
Yeah.
we're still
I
in
w- I was-
It should be
MFG.
brought up that a lot of people complained about the pins.
We're not there yet. We're not there. I just wanted to talk about Rich showing up, and I guarantee you, there was probably 15 to 20 people that probably went up to Rich and said, "Hey, you're Mecklenburg. I've been actually looking for some alternative investments. Maybe you can hook me up with that." That's a guess, but if you're into that stuff, you should reach out to Mecklenburg Financial Group. And a lot of business owners in this tournament, you know, if they're listening to this, see if we'll talk about them in particular. Maybe they don't have
You gotta
pension plans.
you gotta
set up
think
yet.
friend of the pod Brady's taking a chunk of that 50-50 win and maybe
Yeah,
throwing it
should
in
be.
some.
50-50, $1,450. Whew. This tournament is, let's get right into it, though. Let's talk about the Labor Day tournament. It is a well-oiled machine.
Name one person that complained about the pins. Name one, other than 6. That your
No
pick.
one
Yes.
complained
It was your-
about 6.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
Because it was
six.
unbelievable what I heard. People didn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
one.
One was fine. I asked Kate if he liked one. He said it was perfect pin. So
Yeah, professional golfer.
Yeah,
I liked
well.
all the pins last year too.
People
That's a
were
good
happy.
point.
People were
Yeah.
happy that.
4, they didn't like 4.
Yeah, I thought people. I had a couple comments
Well.
saying, "Thank you for not making 4 as hard as last year."
Could have
That's
been front
exactly what it
left.
was.
Yes, or Friday.
yeah, Friday was way worse than Saturday.
It wasn't good. I think that green's just unplayable when they roll them that
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, it is.
Could be.
I think overall putting
Unless
the
it's back right.
scores indicate that everyone had fun. Like every flight was close, other than the 4th flight where Canoop got the winners in eagle, one of the eagles I talked about. So they were tied for the lead, and then he hit it to 10 feet for him, and they made eagle, and then they win their flight. But that's why you pay Canoop to hit your shot for you.
I'll tell you how many we got. One.
But
Did
yeah,
you keep track of how many balls you hit on the green?
No, I didn't.
You
Not
should
how
have.
many I hit on the green. No.
So we had 75
what the
teams in
hell?
the tournament, and 72 of them. We had 72 teams in the horse race. Like,
Yeah.
just think of that. Visualize that if you weren't playing this event. We had 4 horse races with 18 teams on them. 18
That
balls
has to
play
be a world record for most amount of teams horse racing at once.
at one time. 72.
That has to be.
Well, it's a full field tournament.
You can't have more than that.
6 eagles on 8.
6 eagles, yeah, all hit by you for sure. I don't think anyone had a
Maybe.
self eagle, but yes,
It's a lot
72.
of teams.
So like,
Some would say too many.
oh, it was way too many. It was
Needed
impossible.
Needed another flight.
Yeah, but then who's running it?
I know that's the problem.
I mean, there's only 4 of us.
I think multiple people came up to me afterwards, like, "Yeah, the horse race is I only play in this tournament for the horse race. I don't even care about the 2-man scramble tournament. I just want to win the horse race."
Yeah, I think the champ flight players care about the tournament a little more than the rest, which is you
Yeah.
know,
But
fair
when
enough.
real-
Okay.
like,
But
But there
you
is
gotta
no
up the- you
better
gotta up the price.
no better thing, no better format. I like it. Some people don't. We get all 4 horse races to finish on the same hole, so all the crowds are there watching everyone. The only downfall to that is sometimes people don't know who's playing who.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like who,
That's fair.
which
we should have
team is playing
announced
which
it
team.
on
Yeah.
the tee. That's what we should do. Announce.
Well, there's
the
so many
team.
people waiting
Announce
on the green for it. They
Yeah.
don't know who's
Yeah.
playing. Yeah. So
But
we
it's
actually
getting better every year.
Yeah.
Like there was way more this year than last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what we should actually do is when they get to the green, say 4th flight is now, 3rd flight is
Actually, I
now,
like
and
that.
then that's better. Just
Yep.
like, okay,
Yeah.
who's playing who? You guys are going first.
Yeah.
And I think 3-3-3. I think next year maybe we get rid of like 6 on the first hole.
Well,
Yeah,
I
or
thought
double
it
or
was-
out.
See ya.
Doubles are out
Well, I
in
was
any
gonna
hole.
say that doubles were out, except I would have lost 12 of the groups on hole 4.
Yes, that's the problem.
Alternate shot's tough for that fourth flight. That's tough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
On that hole?
Yeah, but I think if you make it so that it's doubles are out or triples are obviously out because they just are based off of it. But yeah, if you say doubles are out on the first hole maybe, and not start them on that hole, because if you did lose 12 teams, then you just go 1-1-1 after that.
Yeah, but
So-
you can't lose 12
Yeah,
teams.
you need to keep people engaged.
And the timing has to work out for everybody
Yeah.
to meet at the same
I was
tee.
getting
I mean,
shit
Canoop's-
for losing 3, and 3.
Yeah.
I was
So
like,
was
no,
I.
We
but
got
we,
it.
al- we,
We
we
have to.
also lost 4 on the first hole because one team just quit.
Um,
2 teams quit, and I'm like, I don't got a score for these guys after we already did the chip off.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we quit.
The way you looked when you drove up, when we were all waiting for your flight to get there,
Yeah.
I realized why your flight took longer. Just look in your eyes, man.
I had too many drinks that day.
like
During the day.
cross-eyed, and then you fell asleep
Hey,
at the bar.
it
And
can
Hart-
happen to anyone.
And Harv had too many drinks that day, arguably, but his horse race was a well-oiled machine.
Actually, mine was as well. It just took us a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
And that's
And we
the
threw it.
if you set an expectation of this is how things work. Like when we got to the tee, we got everyone to write their numbers on their ball before they got there. Everyone just like, okay, let's go. We've
Having
been
the
here before."
clipboards is nice too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I
it
will
helps.
say if you're a tournament organizer, you should have a horse race, but also between your tournament and the horse race, get pizza.
Yeah.
Because these meals that you serve people, they don't stop that. They don't care about the meals. They want to just be fed pizza and go back out and play more golf.
Yeah.
They don't want steak. They don't want
I do
want
love a good
fabulous
steak sandwich.
Yeah, but they
But
don't
they're so
need it.
thin and
I know.
they're
Yeah,
never
that's-
cooked
If you're
right.
not-
And
I mean, steak sounds fine if you're not doing a horse race.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah,
But I'm saying that was why I said the 2 comments, one before the other. You need to have a horse race, and you need to serve pizza before it.
Yes.
and I
Although whoever ordered the veggie pizzas,
We had 2 last year.
You
I just
always
ordered
have
the
to.
same thing.
I would have eaten those things when we got back from the horse race like that. I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have mattered to me.
yeah, someone already did.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I absolutely love when there's one horse race with just the top 10 scores of the day or whatever, and then everybody watches.
Mhm.
But I mean, we're
Everybody
people
wants to
pleasers.
race. Yes,
Everybody wants to race.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
it's obvious. We had 72 fucking teams.
And
Or maybe they
and
do-
flighting them just makes everyone.
What are you pointing
A
at?
bug
The
just
wasp.
fell.
The
A
wasp
wasp or
that's right
bug just
beside
you.
fell from the studio.
I've already been
ceiling.
stung today once. What's one more? Might as well bite my finger again.
Put me out of my misery.
Yeah,
Uh,
same spot.
But I will say congratulations to Jimmy Lambert and Reese Newkirk. We have new champions. They've dethroned the 3-time champs, both of which have won in 4 times in 6 years with different teams early and 3 times as a team. They chipped in for Eagle. So we had a northwest wind at the Hillcrest. 7 and 10 are dogleg lefts, but they both face the same direction. Northwest wind is a helping wind. You can drive it over the water. They drove it up to the green or very close to it and chip in for Eagle on their last hole. And with Golf Genius in play, and you can tell where you're at, one of the all-time sellies to win a tournament, period.
Yeah.
Jimmy
And I-
hits it.
Luckily, we were there watching Cade putt out on 17, and I'm like, oh, they're Reese and Jimmy are on 10. Perfect. I'll just film them from up here.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had it on.
And so I was standing there watching them approach, and then our spotters on 18 for the hole-in-one had to leave, so I had to drive one in, and I
And you had to
spotted
pay for
them.
pizza.
What's that? And I had to pay for the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to leave, and then I see your message as I'm driving up there. Yeah, they just chipped in. I'm like, oh, please tell me you got that on video. So I reached out to Jimmy because he throws his hat. They go sprinting towards the pond.
I
And
yelled
you
at
say,
them.
jump in, you guys. And I sent him a message and said, why didn't you jump in? He's like, I was about to, and then right as I was about to, he's like, oh, I got a horse race after. I don't want to do it soaking wet.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
that
good
water's
point,
disgusting.
Yeah. But
It's not like that LPGA tournament.
he still should have, because I said you won so many clothes and prizing, you could have just changed out. We would have if he would have jumped in and he came back soaking wet and he needed dry clothes, I would have literally taken off my shorts and gave him one of our shirts.
Wow.
I just would have been like, here, you got to, and then they go and win the top flight horse race.
They had arguably the best day of all time at this tournament.
They had the best
did.
weekend. Reese won KP in long drive and skins, or Jimmy did, and then Reese did in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jimmy wins a prize. They both win the tournament. They both win the horse race. It was quite the weekend for them. Needless to say, I'm sure they'll be back. But yeah,
I would think so.
the top flight was very tight. The middle flights, second flight we had a playoff.
Third flight.
Third flight we had a playoff. Second flight was 3 teams within a stroke of each other. Top
You're
flight,
so
Eagle
close
to
to
win,
not having
or
any
bottom.
playoffs. That would have been nice, but
Yeah, no playoffs.
there's
were
always
nice.
one,
Always,
at
yeah.
least.
I
Lots
was
of
just glad
prizes.
it didn't go to a chip off
Hmm.
because we were only playing those 2 holes.
Was it 1 on 17 or 18?
No, 18. Guy hit
Yeah.
8 feet. They made birdie.
Yeah.
Oh.
You were playing alternate or scramble?
Scramble.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a good tournament. And then have our gathering afterwards. Next year, it'll be bigger. That's a hint or a little
Preview.
breadcrumb,
Yeah, knock
Yeah,
on wood.
Shadowing, yeah.
foreshadowing. But yeah,
Not a prediction.
Plus ones were deleted.
Sunday is just the complete write-off, and then you want to watch. We're not talking about Tour Championship yet, but you want to watch golf, and it's just like, well, there's literally no point in it. Go clean up, and
I
now
started
we're
like
planning for
3
next year.
movies and just fell asleep in every single one of them.
oh, I
Really?
will say, guess what was on? Long weekend. Go to Showcase. Fast and the Furious Marathon, baby.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So,
And this time now they're doing 7, 8, 9. So F9 is now in the marathon. They've dropped
Really?
Fast 5. So I loved that. Haven't seen F9 in a
then
while.
we did that football draft.
Oh yeah, and then we had a football draft last night with 5 of 12 guys. It's just
It was an
our league is
embarrassment.
falling apart.
5
a fucking
of 12
embarrassment.
guys?
Our league is falling apart, man.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Guys staying at the lake. It's just
Make it great again.
make our league great again. All right, let's get into our boost counts. You guys got anything else you want to talk about? This might be the fastest weeks ever.
Well, we still
We
haven't
haven't
even
done
done
our
our weeks. Yeah.
Oh, we got
I got
more to
2
talk about?
recap.
Oh,
I don't have much.
Yeah.
You go last then.
okay.
Well, I go first because I'm only talking about one thing.
Okay.
Well, 2 things because they're kind of hand to hand. I was up at the lake. Went into Waskesiu a few days. Didn't golf. Should have. Everyone's saying it's the best.
Probably raining.
Uh,
Probably raining up there. That's why.
it wasn't. Didn't rain at all. But so like walked around like the little shops and went into this one that's like a new one this year, and it's like all like artwork, and like I will just never understand
my
Crunching
God.
ice?
Ay. I will just never understand art. Like
No,
how
me
it's
neither.
worth so much money and how you even do it.
Yeah.
How do you
How do you
paint
decide?
something-
How do you decide which
Yeah.
is expensive?
Triangles.
Yeah, but, like how do you paint something and make it look like there's depth? Like if I would do that, it looks stupid. I just cannot wrap my head around
I
it.
believe
Yeah.
you.
Same with like an instrument. I don't get it. I don't get how they make the noises they make and how you put your fingers where and do hit things. I just won't ever get that stuff.
I think the biggest thing about art is because it seems like it's such an acquired thing. Like I'd be afraid to spend like $400 or $500 on a piece of art and then have people over and like no one says anything about it. It's
Yeah.
like, what happens if you spend so much money on a piece of art and like everyone come over like, yeah, sweet $30 picture on your wall.
Yeah.
I have no idea how much it cost you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I just like kind of going and guessing, and I always like guess wildly high because like I don't know, and I'm still like $300 low
Yeah.
on these things. Like, oh, that's like $175. It's like $575.
Yeah.
Who's paying that?
Well, you go to the high end art galleries, like it's like a $10,000 painting. Like what? Get the
I would
knockoff of it.
literally make a pile of $10,000 and light it on fire before I paid $10,000 for a piece of art.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think a lot of people would agree with you. Yeah. So what else do you do while you're up there? Nothing.
Fished a lot. Kids were getting in. They got this little tube that's like teaches you how to ski. So it has like little ski booties in it, but it's like a tube around it. So
Mhm.
they're learning how to water ski a little bit and
Nice.
fished a bunch. And yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Good week.
50 drinks.
50 over 2 weeks?
5-0.
5-0. I mean, that's 0 for 12 of those days.
Yeah.
And 50 for the other 2. So I'm at 377 on the year.
I love the Sunday morning text. I might have to get drunk again today, guys. just to keep straight.
I think there's quite
hand down the road.
there's probably a handful of people that only go to Labor Day because they know that they're going to see Harv in his natural habitat. Just like
Natural.
I'm coming to watch Harv.
Yeah.
And he did not disappoint. You know who else didn't disappoint? My brother.
Oh, man, he never
He's
does.
the MVP every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we get him to shotgun to start the tournament.
Yeah, because he the highlight of his tournament was trying to shoulder press his 260-pound friend. As he got him a quarter of the way over his head, his friend falling, and then when you're falling, you grab on anything you can, which just so happened to be my brother's neck, and then straight up DDT'd him into the ground.
Oh, it was well executed.
So I
DDT.
saw
Yeah.
I
was
saw
perfect.
John today. John, the guy that did it to him,
Yeah.
he's got a bruise on his hip, but it's not from the ground; it's from my brother's head
Yeah.
because
Really?
he fell on my brother's head.
Oh, so it
which
was
drove-
his hip
his
that
hip-
caused them to get cut open?
Yeah, his
The
hip landed on
ground.
the back
Oh,
of his
The
head.
ground too, though.
So his hip hit the
The
back
floor.
of his head, and my brother's head hit the ground.
Oh,
So the
okay,
bruise
okay.
is from the
Okay.
back of my brother's head.
I just
Sheesh.
love how he starts wearing like golf clothes, and then by the end of the night, like he was in a dirty old like
Tank
cut
top.
tank top. The other day, last year, he's in a jean vest. Like
Yeah.
No,
He
and then no
brings-
shirt eventually.
He brings stuff to put on for the after party.
the MVP.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, I'll go next. Prior to Labor, it was pretty much all Labor Day planning, but did go back to work. School is now started, so I got to go back to molding mines, I guess, starting tomorrow full time. But spent most of that time just preparing for Labor Day, but also had our league final for ball. Split the first two games, go up 9-3 in game 3, the deciding game, and then decided to give up 6 in the bottom of the second last, and then they walked it off on us.
Ugh.
So that wasn't very good. And to top it all off, I had a root canal earlier that day. So I had a root canal, all the freezing came out. I'm like, I just want to win this game and get to Labor Day.
What was worse, the game or the root canal?
The game, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Root canal, you're frozen. My tooth actually still kind of hurts. The whole reason why they did the root canal is to get the abscess out of it, but now it's like, just like, because there was so much work done, like when you put pressure on it, it sends that pressure up
Yeah.
your old roots. So I'm hoping
It'll go away.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll go away. There's nothing left to hurt in there, so
Yeah.
just got to be from tender.
Yeah.
But I can eat some soft stuff. And that was it. I didn't do my algo this week. I just forgot about it. But I had only 37 for me because I didn't go out after the Skins game and didn't drink nearly as much as Harv during the event. But still 37 for 695 on the year. So pushing 700.
Wow.
Excellent.
But I think I got a light 2 weeks coming up.
Okay.
Well, I don't have anything going on this weekend.
I might not drink again.
You're not going to Homestead?
Montreal? Oh, Homestead's this weekend?
Yeah.
Not.
I'll have like 6 there.
Yeah.
But that's it for me.
I'll go. A lot of the same actually as Matty B. Started work this week. It is what it is. Get to do a little bit of bouncing this week. We're doing a bunch of new stuff for Welcome Week. I'm on the student services side of things, so we're doing a lot of Welcome Week things next week. Obviously, we only did Thursday, Friday, so there wasn't much going on. So yeah, that's what we got going, kind of coming up. Other than that, obviously our tournament. 38 drinks this week, 639 on the year.
What's the big welcome week event?
We got a beer garden for the first time ever.
Yeah, I
on
saw the
Wednesday.
posters there.
Where?
So I'm in the parking lot, the Algoma
The
parking
bowl.
lot. Yeah, I wish.
Pole.
The bowl. That is the best part about U of S is the bowl.
Yeah.
But it is nice. I saw that beer. Like, there's pictures of beer all over the school. I'm like, what the hell?
Mhm.
So,
So
and I don't
get to
teach on.
do-
I don't
I
teach
get
on
to
Thursday.
do
so
security on Wednesday.
I might
so
actually have to drink on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'll see you there. Bring your ID.
Yeah.
You're gonna have enough security like that Dream Fest or whatever in Regina.
Did you see
I
those
saw
things?
that.
Did you see that?
So
Brock?
Unreal didn't get paid?
I
Yeah.
guess
So Sunreal was there on Saturday, and I couldn't go obviously Labor Day because I wanted to go see
Oh, he was
Sunreal.
there Saturday. Oh,
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But there was him and two other acts. Polo G. Polo G chartered a plane there, like flew private, get there, and the promoter didn't pay him. Like they
Wow.
were already in Regina. They're like,
Well,
yeah,
they
we'll
had to
pay you
pay
when you
Fat
get here.
Joe all his money.
Yeah, Fat Joe. I don't.
Fat Joe was
Fat-
there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it probably would.
No.
Yes.
Yes. And so I bet you Fat Joe took all the money they had because they knew that he'd actually killed them. Like
Yeah.
Sunreal's like, I'm playing a short and set because I'm already here. Same with Polo G. Yeah, we're already here. We might as well do something for our fans. Yeah, they didn't get paid. I saw on Just Bin's Twitter, people
what I
showed
saw.
up.
Yeah.
People showed up
The
at
best news
3.
outlet in the province.
Yeah. Showed up at 3 for it to open. Didn't open till 7:30. They sold beer tickets, $10 a beer. Ran out of beer. People had tickets they couldn't use because
Wow.
there's no booze. And then just fights
Fire
everywhere.
Fest all over again.
Yep.
It was definitely it's Regina's Fire Fest, which is hilarious.
It was like the opposite of the Labor Day Classic in Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
opposite.
the exact opposite events running hand in hand.
Tough night for the riders last night, eh, Canoe?
Oof.
Wait, in last place.
I don't know where they are
From first to last.
Not sure.
You done or
Yeah, that's it. He
That's
said a
it.
boost
I
count.
said, yeah.
you did your boost count?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, school starting this week for the kids, so that was. I mean, I didn't really do a thing to prepare. I just
Naturally.
asked my wife, "Is everything done?" And she said yes. So I helped.
You offered to help.
Yeah,
You would have ran out and got anything that was missing, I'm
Yeah.
sure. But there wasn't.
there wasn't. Yeah.
How's that your fault?
She orders it all online, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Very
So-
smart.
Did play a couple times this week. Men's night was canceled, but played with Canoop on Wednesday, and actually wasn't a bad round.
We had a lot of
we had a
fun.
bit of fun. A
Yeah,
bit
we
of
did.
fun, I would say. Not a lot, but
Probably the most fun we've both ever had in a single round together.
up there, yeah. Yeah, mostly just trolling, but yeah, wasn't bad.
Not each other though.
Not too
it
much,
was
no. Yeah, caught
Other
her.
people. Yes.
And then I got to play with Sean and Cole, his partner, on Friday. So that was a treat watching him stripe it all over the course. Like, that was the most effortless 65 I've ever seen. Like, I mean, other than some of your rounds, but you don't
Yeah.
shoot 65 very often. You're usually 66.
Well,
Yeah.
he's
That ice, man. Holy.
He's
I'm usually six.
That wasn't a swirl. That was just
it's
a
not as
drink.
bad on the
He's
sound
usually
of
was
these.
just
6
a
or
drink.
7 under, and then he gets to 17 and just
Now he's
bogeys
cr-
out.
now he's
just
crunching
Makes
as
that
that
mad as he
bogey.
can.
Makes that bogey.
You might not be allowed
Yeah.
to have a
Yeah.
drink with ice in
know.
it ever
I
again.
think you might be right.
But me and Loney were like 74, 72. He was 72, and we just got creamed by those guys. So
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yep.
And then yeah, Labor Day. So Churchill boost count 35.
Really? Okay.
Okay,
You had 37.
37. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You think
had
I
a
had
billion
more or
on
less?
Friday too.
A billion? When?
You
I
did.
only
During
had
the
two. I only
round.
had 2 beers at BP's after.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went 10, 15 on those 2 days. 15 might be low for Saturday.
Yeah.
You had
Were you-
15 drinks Saturday.
Yeah. How many
That's
did you have?
low.
I only had 3 during the day. You had fucking 12.
I had 9.
Yeah,
in
Bronell
in
and
the
I-
8 hours. I was
See,
or
this is the
7
thing.
hours I was
Well,
on.
you guys are just sitting there doing work, sitting
work.
there though. You're
Yeah.
not moving.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
We're bringing you booze. Bronell and I, like, we didn't do anything on one this year, but it was actually busier.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I had to go to the girls on the holes. I had to take the
You need
kids
to
out
ice 4
food.
times. Yep.
We had to go get
Bring
ice
you
twice.
guys stuff.
I left the course to go get ice. Cause
All the videoing.
you guys put
how to
that
do the
fence
horse
up now.
races. How to do the prizes.
The fence to keep the
We ran
vagrants
out
out.
all of that ice.
Yeah, the fence
Really?
to keep
Twice.
the vagrants up. Now I have to go around. I have to drive in a truck, so I had to stay sober. So, yeah. And then I actually went to Superstore. Like, I left the course for like 45 minutes. So
You had to cover me for 2 holes.
yeah, I had to cover you. There's just lots of stuff going on, but that's the thing. People always say, "Why don't you play in this thing? If you want to run a good tournament, you can't play in it."
The other thing I wanted to bring up is one of the players from the event, guy from Regina, said that he won't listen to the pod if I'm not there that week. He told me that. So just thought I'd throw that out there for
So
you
does he,
guys
like,
to
let's
think
listen
about.
to the
Just
whole
to
thing?
think
Just
about
wait,
once.
Just wait. He's still a listen though, because he has to know if you're not there or not. So
Yeah.
he's got to listen to it to find out
Yeah,
if you're
and
here.
Right, right.
immediately shuts it
10
off.
seconds in though.
Yeah.
I don't know if a 10-second
Smart.
listen's still a listen, but
I
thank
think
you to
so.
that
It's
guy.
got to be. Got to be.
How- did you end up being up money in VLTs Friday?
Yeah, we doubled up.
Yeah, and then I went back and lost it.
I know. I didn't.
But
I hate VLTs
I-
at the bars, man. I
was
can't win at those
walking
things.
over there, and Wisey and Turns are there. Wisey's like, you just want to play paper, rock, scissors for all the money here? Just heads up. And I'm like, well, there's no fun in that. Like
That
but
sounds
then-
pretty fun.
But then after I lose all my money, I'm like, yeah, I should have just played paper, rock, scissors.
Yeah.
It's like I had
Yeah.
better odds.
Flipping,
Paper,
flipping cards for
scissors, rock.
fives is one of the best things out
Yes,
there.
Just flip it.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Have you ever seen them play odds evens on a hockey game for fives? So
What-
whatever the play stops.
Yeah, you
yeah.
told us this on the show
yeah,
last
it's
year.
insane.
They just play
If it's-
whenever the whistle is, whatever the last digit is. If it's
Are they
odd or
yelling at
even.
this?
And if
Really?
it's a goal, it's double up. And if it's a goal on a power play or a penalty kill, like doubles the double. So it could be like $20.
I
But-
love that.
I'd be like looking at the clock the whole time instead of the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then yelling at the
You're
scorekeeper.
not doing it
You
for
guys
a
are
half
fucking
game.
late there. Are we talking Scheffler for 5 minutes?
Yeah,
or?
so
Probably should.
great tangent into the Tour Championship. This system's gots to go.
Has to.
It has to
Terrible.
go. It has to go, especially in this scenario.
I think I love Scottie Scheffler even like it wasn't my favorite, but I like him more now that he just
Straight up said
made
it.
an embarrassment of this.
Yeah. Well, he said before the tournament started, it doesn't make any sense, and then he goes and extends his 2-shot lead into a 7-shot lead after the first round.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, the best player in the world has a 7-shot lead. Do you think he's going to lose this thing? I mean, they made it a little close.
Yep.
But it wasn't really that close. He never really was in trouble. And it's just, you want to bring eyes to your Tour Championship, not take them away.
And I think that was the best part for me is he obviously came out beforehand and said it, did what he did over the weekend and kind of made him look a little bit foolish. And then after it was over, Morikawa ends up saying, I forgot to sign up for the gross event.
No,
He signed up for gross, not net.
for
Yeah,
gross, not
yeah.
net.
Fuck. And that's perfect. That's what they need is those guys to speak up for it to maybe change. I don't know. Does it?
I will say that it's infinitely better than the point system that they tried to like carry through. So if
Yeah.
you won the Tour Championship, you almost won the FedEx Cup in more cases than
Yes.
not. So they wanted to make it one event worth it all. But yeah, we've talked about match play.
It has to be match play. I saw
either-
a bunch of tweets saying it should be match
Yeah.
play today and
Even
yesterday.
like 3 days of stroke play, and then hey, last day you pick whoever is in the top, and then
Yeah.
you go whatever. It
Match
ends up
play is
being.
perfect because it gives the first overall player from the season the first seed. So you get the advantage of playing the lowest possible seed
Yes.
in the
And
first
more
round.
often than not, the guys in 30 or in that back half had good parts of their season, but not an overall great season. But there might be an
Yeah.
opportunity where a guy who's running hot who gets into that 30 spot, then he gets to upset one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's certainly not the number 10 player in the world.
Well,
usually.
you take Keegan for example, right? Before his BMW win, he wasn't up there, right? Like he was just barely squeaking in every week, and then all of a sudden you do that, and he's in fourth. Right,
And-
coming into
Yeah,
the
so
last week.
that still works. That's
Yes.
still all works.
And
but I don't
the
love
Victor
that.
the Victor Hovland thing where he got hot at the right time last year, right? Winning 2 playoff events. If you get hot at the right time and it happens to be the end of the year, you should win the season.
That's
Because
fair.
you've still
just
been
like
there all
any-
year to be there.
Yes, it's like any team that's got a chip in the chair and an 8 seed winning a championship.
They do have to give a bonus out for Scottie Scheffler winning the regular season. Like
Yeah.
that's
They do
what
already.
do.
Yeah.
They do
But
Comcast
then-
top
Two
10.
others,
Yeah.
Then you got 2 playoff qualifying. If you win them and you're 70th, you're probably getting the Tour Championship. Then it's match play.
Yeah.
A no-brainer. More people would tune in to a final round of 2 people than they did for this debacle.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I would agree with you there.
And you're getting, like, I found during that match play event that they had in Texas, you get it. It'd be pretty watered down by the end. Like this would be perfect if you got the top 32 guys. I mean, all the matchups are going to be good.
Yes.
And you get to the final 8, and it's going to be like banger, 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 right?
And if it isn't, it's because that guy's playing unreal.
And there's still and then it's like the Cinderella story, which you're kind of cheering for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with 32 teams, it's still a 4-day tournament.
Yeah.
32 guys. 16 move on to Friday, 8, and then you play 2 matches on Saturday or Sunday. So you
Yeah.
have top 4 in the morning and then the final match in prime time.
I did see one that had
Yep.
it ends up being 2 weekends. So they'll do the group play the first weekend. So they'll go through their groups so everybody doesn't just show up and you're one and done, right? Which I guess,
But if you were playing
the
for all that
argument,
money
but-
in the final event,
Yeah.
you would still show up for one and done.
yeah, that's fair. And then, they would have the second weekend where it was the top 8, the top 4. They each come out of their groups, and then they figure it out from there.
I think you'd have less likely for people to be behind 2 weekends because then they got to use 2.
Yeah.
Like they'd rather show up for one and done.
And no one's
For one
going
weekend.
to that qualifying weekend.
yeah. I'll just
Like
want to go to the
fans.
finals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one
lots
more
of ways to
question. Here's the question though. Like they know that it's shitty now. I mean, there's been so much talk about it. Are they going to change it this
I don't
next year?
think
I don't think so.
I don't think there's any plans.
Jay's too
anytime
stubborn.
soon.
I don't think he does.
But
That's my
we'll
feeling
see.
anyway.
We'll see what the ratings are before
Yeah.
they make that call. If the ratings are down and people have turned this off, it'll have to change.
They've been down all year, so I don't see them being up.
Certainly not in this scenario.
You wouldn't think so. A couple other Scotty things. $62 million this year, or $830K a round of golf.
What was it? 3.3K a shot.
About that, yeah.
$3,300 a shot this year.
Hit more shots.
890,000 a round or something. wasn't it?
830.
Yeah, you just
830.
said, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I missed that.
Scottie came out and said he plays to a +7 handicap. All the quotes replying to that, like you're playing pros, you're not going handicaps. Like Justin
Not
Thomas
against-
made a point that like that's kind of disrespecting me if you're telling me you're
Yes.
7 and I'm a 5 and you got to give me 2 shots.
Yeah.
Like, bit of a flawed system there. Big thing, I hate that they count this as Scottie Scheffler's 7th win.
I agree.
And Morikawa won the tournament.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I hate that.
Yeah.
And they said there's a big thing about first time since Tiger in 2007 that someone's won 7 times on tour, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with Horschel or whatever a few years ago,
Yeah.
when it was like,
Yeah.
oh, he won
Doesn't
4 or
make
5
any
times.
sense.
Like, they got to fix that probably more than the format.
Yeah.
And they still give out OWGR points for that,
Yeah.
which is
Accordingly.
the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dumb. Should probably talk about Xander. 32 straight rounds at East Lake without being over par.
Yeah.
Course horse
Loves the place.
definition.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even that good this year.
Yeah. So he also
He wasn't
was
There.
Well, he was T13.
He
Oh,
meant
yeah,
there.
this
Not,
year.
not,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah,
two,
there.
not the
Yeah.
two major years.
For
Yeah,
him,
I was gonna
there.
say.
Yeah.
So he did have the lowest bogey percentage ever. So he played roughly 1,600 holes. He made 152 bogeys.
Say that again.
He played roughly 1,600 holes. It was like 582 or something like that.
1582. Yeah.
1582, and he made 152 bogeys all year.
Shit.
You got that stat thing that I posted today? Well,
Yeah, we're going to talk about the news, I
Okay.
think, right?
Which one?
Where somebody's good at anything.
Oh yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because we got some highlights.
Okay.
Of that one.
We talk about Morikawa. We should probably talk about Sahith Theegala calling that penalty on himself. I'm not even sure it was a penalty.
I did
I
not
mean,
see it.
Cost him $2.5 million.
Yeah, but like he's saying because the sand moved, but you can ground your club now, can you not?
Not in the
Not in the bunker.
No.
It's
Just in the hazard?
Yeah, just in hazard.
That seems
Yeah, what is that?
opposite of what it should be.
Get out.
I don't know.
Go. Oh.
Anyways, he cost him $2.5 million. And the only other thing I want to talk about was the Creator Classic.
Oh, that's not in news.
Well, it was part of this tournament.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess technically.
8 holes.
I thought it was. I watched.
I
watched
my
7
question
of the 9.
was it that big of a success?
Oh, I watched 7
Yeah, but
of
you
the 9
posted
holes.
only 90,000 people were watching.
I don't know if that's a success or not. Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I would
don't
say.
know.
I don't know.
I would say it was pretty well produced. I don't necessarily love, like, Jake Marsh was one of the guys from Barstool, was the main commentator. I don't think he's a very good commentator. I don't think he's good, but they had one of the PGA guys, I can't think of who it was, also commentating. He was very good.
Immelman, I think, was there.
Yeah, it was an Immelman. Yeah,
I think
Because
so.
So
was
he
it
was
on
good.
PGA Tour?
no, it was on YouTube.
Yeah,
PGA Tour's YouTube channel.
yeah. Like,
But-
see, I think that's the problem. I think you get way more if that's on,
Like good goods.
like, if it's on all of them. Like, you
Yeah.
put it on Good, you put it on
Yeah.
Barstool, you put it on
Yeah,
You're probably right.
No Laying Out, like, whatever. I know they weren't in it, but
yeah.
have them covering it, and they probably get 3 times as many
You're
people.
probably right. Yep.
Who
But-
won it?
Luke Kwan.
Luke
Kwan, I
Kwan.
think.
I don't even know who that is.
Well, he's played in a pro. He's a pro.
Oh.
He's
One of
played
the
in
good-
he's
good
played in
guys.
Corn Ferry events.
Well, Brian's were in it too. They're kind
Yeah,
of pros.
well, yeah. Wesley was the leader,
Oh, yeah.
but then they did it where you played 8 holes and the top 4 played the 9th as a playoff. So even if you won by 5 shots
Oh.
over the guy in 4th, it's just a 1-hole playoff,
Oh.
sudden death.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
it was
that's why.
it worked out to Wesley Bryan was 2 under and the other 3 were 1 under.
Yeah.
And then Quan was one of those 1-unders. But a lot of the pros came out before that and said, I don't think anyone shoots under par, which I thought was kind of a bit weird because I don't think they realized that the creators they had in this were actual good
Yeah.
golfers. Like
Yeah.
Trent from Barstool isn't playing in
Yeah.
this.
Riggs from Barstool.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like those guys, that's probably the reason why they weren't in it, is they needed scratch or better to play in it. Because they can't have guys. I would like to see Creator Classic, or not necessarily Creator Classic, like the average Joe's Classic. Have like a 10 to 20 Creator Classic. You have to be 10 to 20 caps.
Mm.
And have these guys hack it all over, because there wasn't that many bad shots hit, so it was kind of like a golf tournament with people you kind of know, but it was just regular
Yeah, I know
golf,
that.
if that makes sense. Like
Yep.
they're making a bogey or a par, couple birdies, but yeah, it was just golf with, if you don't know any of those creators.
Yeah.
No, you're not really tied to it.
And last thing, what, Pendrith was 15th?
Oh, he's 13th in President's Cup. He has to make that team.
Yes.
With the
We're gonna talk about
the
that
recent
news.
play, yes.
Let's talk about that lead in the news.
We
President's
will.
Cup.
Aces, none. Birthdays, couldn't find any shot of the week. Anyone?
No,
Mine's the guy breaking his club at Labor Day class.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
yeah.
what?
Oh, you didn't hear that? So when we all you were standing right there, by the way.
No,
Oh
he
no,
wasn't there yet.
he wasn't there yet. So we got the 4 horse races there. The first 3 were waiting for you guys. So we're like, well, in the interest of daylight and time, the other 3 races teed off and then waited for you guys. Well, the guy in the 4th flight hits iron off the tee, and his iron head flies off and hits the tree off to the left of
Really?
9T. Just club exploded, and then we let him hit again.
Wow.
But I told him, I'm like, you guys should just take that shot. It's right.
Right
It
up
wasn't
the middle.
bad.
It was
Yeah.
right, it was just
The
before
second one was
fairway.
worse.
Second one was way worse. And
Way-
we got
yeah.
extremely lucky.
Yeah, and they won that race.
Because I was like, you trying to go over this tree, man? It was like closer than this truck. And he's trying
Yeah.
to go over 160 yards out. I'm like, what are you hitting here?
And the 4th flight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm going over that thing. I'm like,
you're going right into it, is what
like,
you are.
okay. And then he just sculled it and went right underneath it and ran it up just in front of the green.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was good.
I got 2. First one's Cade's opening tee shot on one that was like 130 out.
Yeah.
135.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess it was, yeah.
It was downwind, but still. I mean, to
That's
get
still a
past the
good shot.
150s on that hole is
It's a-
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my other one was my tee shot on 16 on the Skins game. Just barely beat Jamie's tee shot, but we gave him the prize anyways.
The note when Harv said that guy sculled it to just in front of the green. Me and my the guy I was riding with, we were helping these other guys find their ball in the first flight, and that guy sculled it between me and him. Like we were in the way, but we thought, oh, he's going over us, so we can sit here. And he sculled it, and it literally, I'm from Bronell and I away, and it went right in between us.
Crazy.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
we almost died on one. Okay, Sajonki
Yes.
hooked one. He must have hooked one way. He was on 6.
6, yes. He was in my race. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were
I'm
on
like,
6.
you guys gotta all get out of the way, and we're like standing there, and this guy just whizzed one by like me and 2 other guys' heads, like this far away, like line drive.
Yeah.
We were dead if it hit us.
Yes. Yeah, because he snap hooked that thing so far. We're like, that might be on 6. They drove directly to 6 and found
It
it.
was on like right beside 6th green.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the furthest I've ever seen somebody left.
Yeah. It was hit hard and hit left. All right,
How
let's
could
talk
that possibly go that far left though?
Right.
left on
Off
16
16
tee.
tee to get
Oh,
to
on
6.
You
16.
said 1.
You said
No, he
one.
said
We
he
were
almost-
on 1.
they
We
were on 1.
We started on 1. So we're playing the hole, and there's a billion groups, and they're trying to hit a shot from
Over
6
you.
green back to 16
16.
fairway.
That is a long way.
You should have saw it. He
Yeah.
hit it like hard and directly that way.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even
insane.
it wasn't even really a snap. It wasn't even really a
It's just a
snap
straight
hook either. It
pull,
was
had
just
to
a straight pull.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
hit hard. It was hilarious. Everyone on the tee box is like, well, at least we know where it is because it's right on 6 green.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's insane.
what did I say we were going to switch that to? Oh, Pendrith,
We're
President's
going
Cup.
news to President's Cup.
So
Oh, I have
Pendrith,
them.
Hadwin and Taylor are both in the top 12, and Pendrith's 13. Pendrith's in, which perceivably would knock Hadwin out, but I think he's got to take Connors and Pendrith, and then I think he's probably taking Taylor over Hadwin.
He's not taking either of those guys. He's taking Siwoo and Minwoo, I think.
You think so?
And Davis and Bizwedenhout. I think that's my 6, I think.
I think I agree with you.
Pendrith,
Siwoo's 14th.
I know.
He's
I think
not
I think
taking
he's
him.
taking him.
He's
I mean,
taking
he's
him.
a guy that's been on the team before.
Yes,
Doesn't
but
matter.
so was Hadwin and
I guess.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Hasn't.
Oh,
Taylor.
Taylor hasn't
I
been.
don't think Taylor
No.
has. Has
Yeah, he
Hadwin?
I
Once?
think
Hadwin
I'm
Hadwin
telling
was
you,
in
I
last
can
year.
see
Hadwin
them
has.
leaving Minwoo off this team.
I don't think so. No chance.
Well, they're not leaving
He's
Bizweednout
got the-
off.
No.
Minwoo's got the highest upside, probably,
That's
other
exactly
than
it.
other than
I don't know,
Connors.
but he hasn't been that good, like at all this year.
Yeah, but neither have Taylor or Hadwin.
No, they haven't.
And just because they're Canadian, they still want to try to win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
they still
think
need to.
it'll never be in Canada again.
Yeah, well,
Like 50 years.
Yeah,
from
but
now.
you're not giving him a mercy pick.
It's
just
close
because
though. Like
I know it's close.
Taylor's 225, Hadwin's 225, Siwoo's 225. Like Minwoo Lee's 2.48, and they're 2.25.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
it's
gonna make that bet tonight.
You also got to consider who's going to play well with who. You got to consider, well, is the course set up well for this person?
Yeah.
But that's why I think you might. That's why I think you could take Taylor and Hadwin. They're really good friends. And,
Well, they're-
and
they're gonna
Connors
pair
and
'em together?
Pendrith are buddies, too. They're in each other's wedding parties or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Pendrith has to be. Pendrith is 13. He's in.
Penrith is it.
He's
So-
got
He's
the
at
most
11th
upside of
now.
those three
11th,
Canadians.
so he's in for
Oh,
sure.
right. That was pre
Yeah.
end of it. Yeah.
I'm taking Hughes. I would take Hughes over Nick Taylor right now.
I kind of.
I would
agree.
probably
He's
go behind him.
way like
Hughes
he's
is down now.
1.86.
What's the number though? 14th. That's all we
He's
care about.
he's 15th Hughes.
Yeah.
So 15th, and who's ahead of him? Taylor, Hadwin, and Siwoo.
Siwoo, Hadwin, Taylor. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he's got to
take 'em all.
He's got to
Just
take
take all
three
four.
Canadians. He's got to take 3, not 4. So
Taking-
which
well,
Canadian
I
are you
think he's
leaving
taking
off?
3 for sure.
I think that's
and
it.
I think
Three.
he should take 4.
Because it's Pendrith, Connors, and then one of Taylor and Hadwin. I
So
guess.
you're saying he should take the 4 Canadians and Bizweeden, Hout,
Davis.
and Cam Davis, and no Asians?
What do you mean no Asians?
Well, all the other guys
Well,
are
All the
already
other
in.
Asians are in.
Well, I know, but
Siwoo.
Siwoo and Minwoo, who's not
Well,
Asian,
Minnie's
but he's
Australian, but
The argument against that is that
Kind of.
they
Is
already
that
have
Kim-
Decky, Sungjae, Tom Kim, and Ben Allen.
yes,
How
that's
many more
why I
Asians do they
think
need?
I don't think they take
They don't.
Siwoo for that reason.
I don't
4
know.
Canadians on Canadian soil, I think they might do it.
I don't think they go 4. It's got to be 3.
I think
But
it might
you-
be
but
two.
now
I'd
you
make a
got
bet on
5.
this.
Could be 2. No.
So what's the argument
I'd make
there?
a bet on this.
What's the argument between
Yeah.
5 Koreans and 4 Canadians?
That's not weighing into anything for me.
You
not at
think
all.
Siwoo's actually better pick than those guys?
He's got the
Yes.
experience,
Yeah.
a little
I
bit of
don't know.
experience.
He's been there multiple times. I think that helps big time.
It's the same argument for
I don't know.
not
I
taking
think-
Keegan.
I think
The
with the
Ryder Cup.
Canadian captain on
4 of
Canadian
them.
soil,
You got to take 4.
and it's not like they're 20th.
No,
They're the
They're
next
actually-
3.
no, they're actually ahead of them, aren't they?
Yeah,
the
they're
two we're
ahead of
talking about.
Siwoo Kim for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
They-
see
They're
it.
not taking 5. Like Mackenzie Hughes isn't getting in, but Pendrith and Connors are for sure's. Hadwin's probably a for sure, and I bet she takes Taylor.
I hope.
But Hughes has played better than Taylor lately. So what? Why are you looking? Why do they care about who was better earlier in the year?
I agree.
It's who's good right now.
Okay,
Actually,
well,
they can't take him. Look at the standings. Like, just go to the top 12.
They can take whoever they want.
They can take whoever they want.
No,
now.
but I'm saying Connors is in because the top 6 are already in. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Connors,
Connors in. Davis
Davis,
is in for sure.
Bez,
Bizweedenhout's in for sure. Pendrith's in for sure.
and then the only way that both Canadians make it is if Minwoo's
Minwoo's
out.
out.
But Minwoo's definitely on that team.
I don't think
I
so.
agree.
There's been
So
I've seen
therefore,
some
it can only be
tweets.
3.
I've seen some tweets saying
So it
that.
can't. So
You
we're
got
talking about
4, you got
Siwoo?
3 Australians already.
Okay, listen. Nick Taylor, 65, cut.
Just wait.
T30,
No,
cut.
you're saying this for no reason.
T57, T42, cut.
No, you're
That
saying
He
this.
hasn't played
matter.
well.
You're saying this for no reason though, because
They didn't
I
take
was
Keegan Bradley last year.
Yeah. I was talking
different
about
guy.
it from Siwoo over one of those guys. Siwoo's not on the
Mm.
team anyway. It's
They
It's
can
Minwoo
which-
Lee
it's
or
which
Nick
Canadian.
Taylor.
yes, it's which Canadian over Minwoo. Siwoo's not on the team. He's not even in this conversation.
I think he is.
So you're going to take 2 Canadians then?
I ain't taking Taylor over Siwoo Kim.
No,
right
it
now.
would be Hadwin
agree.
over Siwoo Kim.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the problem. Siwoo's
It's-
not in because the only way that it's 2 Canadians or 3 Canadians.
Okay.
Siwoo's over the third. You're
So
taking
Taylor's
3
out. You're saying.
Yeah, it's 3 Canadians. It's Hadwin
Hart's
or
saying
Siwoo.
Taylor's in.
I think Taylor's in.
Oh, so
I think
you guys are
Hadwin's
saying different things.
Hadwin's already in. He's
Oh, I don't
100%
know,
on that
man.
Team.
Siwoo was just T5 a week ago. I could see him playing.
So
He's I
So you're
I think
taking
he's in.
Siwoo
With
came
a
over
different
3
captain,
Canadians.
over Hadwin.
Who are
Yes.
who are the associate captains or vice captains?
I don't even know actually. I can't remember.
So that changes things for me.
AJ
It's
Choi?
three Canadians and that's it. I was
Might be.
thinking 4 over Siwoo. It's only 3 possible.
No, I think Taylor can get in over Minwoo Lee.
I don't think so.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
So you seriously think that there's only going to take Pendrith and Connors?
I think there's a really good chance.
Oof.
There's
That
a better
would-
chance he takes 4 than he takes 2. I'll tell you that right now.
I think so.
Well,
I
I
think
think it's
It's
guaranteed
3 max. It's 3 max.
It's
There's no way they're
guaranteed
doing
3.
4.
It might be 4.
If
see
it's
it.
over Minwoo.
Yeah.
Because, Siwoo's off the team. We shouldn't even brought it up.
Siwoo. No.
Well,
I
who's he
think
beating then? Both Hadwin and Taylor. You're taking Siwoo over
Taylor
both of
for
them.
sure.
It's not a choice of it's both.
I would take both. I would take Siwoo over both of them.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
Not
I
on
would.
home soil. Not on home
Yeah.
soil. No way.
We're saying that you got to take that element out of it a little bit.
Yes.
You can't just
it's
base
on
it off
pedigree
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Hadwin's played in it before, so
I know.
pedigree's out the window.
Siwoo's got 2.
Anyway,
I think you got to reward Nick Taylor for winning the Canadian Open last year.
You could.
He's stunk.
Yeah.
If it's
lately.
any other captain, it's not even conversation.
yes.
But it's a Canadian captain and it's in Canada.
And it's
Yeah.
3
And you will-
Canadians.
And you will probably never get a chance to get 4 Canadians on this team ever again in the history of golf.
That's probably a fair assessment.
But you can't take a 4th over Minwoo. I don't think so.
I think you can because you already got 3 Australians. We should be talking about how
It's-
maybe Griot gets on because there's no South Americans.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
It's Els, Immelman, Ogilvy, and Vijagas. That's the assistants.
Yeah, no
So
Korean
they ain't-
ties
they
at all.
ain't taking Siwoo Kim.
No,
then.
no Korean
Because
ties.
they're racist.
yeah, like,
They already
they're
got
trying
a
to they're
bunch
trying
of
to
them.
win the competition.
They already
you guys.
got
They're
a
not
bunch
gonna
of
take
them. It's
Canadians
also
because-
about- It's also about the
No.
PGA Tour getting eyes on this.
In Canada,
Yeah.
Canada has a population of how many people?
30.
Okay. but
Sounds
it's
like
gonna
they
be-
better
it's not
take
gonna
it-
be broadcast
Exactly.
all over the world.
So you're saying
Yeah.
Besweden's out a lock because Els and Immelman are the
Yes.
Yes.
vice captains.
100%.
That's ridiculous.
He's
You guys not
100%
know how
on it.
team, you don't know how teams are picked?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you not
Siwoo's
pick a
on-
kid to play on your hockey team?
You don't think that
know?
you don't think that Siwoo might play better with Hideki than Nick Taylor might play with Hideki?
Hideki's got 3 other Korean Asians to play with.
Okay, well they can't play together every round.
Well, then what's the point? What's your point then? If you're saying they got to play together, then what's
They don't
if they're-
have to, but it's an option.
Yeah, but they don't play together every round. That's what you just said.
I mean they're
We'll see
different. They're from
tomorrow,
different
but-
countries too, anyways. But
It's very true.
Japan and South Korea are completely different.
Yes,
But
the
We will
Koreans will
find
play
out
together. Yeah,
tomorrow.
I can't wait. Any other news?
No,
Donald Trump offered Joe Biden $1 million to play a golf round.
If he breaks
Why would you
100,
not take that? Why would you not go?
wasn't it $1
But-
million to break 100
Yes, as a 6.
as a 6? And he won't do it. I don't think Joe can hit a golf ball anymore.
I think
Apparently
he's
not.
dead.
He's
Weekend
still
at
around.
Bernie's.
Weekend in Bernie's all over again.
Could be.
What else we got?
Other than that, PGA of America's Tour, the CRMC Championship, was won by Freddie Ketchup or Ketrup.
Freddie Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Yep.
Ketterup. It's his 3rd win, so he gets automatic card for the Corn Ferry Tour.
Oh, good for him.
Freddie Ketchup.
Great.
We got to get Freddie Ketchup on the pod.
Axe trophy. Great trophy. Stu Mack was 12th. The LPGA, the FM Championship, won by Howran Ryu. Gerwal Sharp, LeBlanc all missed the cut. And then, DP World Tour, the Betfried British Masters, won by Nicholas Norgard. Did you guys happen to watch that
chipping
link,
display.
That chipping display?
Yes.
His 4-shot lead turned into 2 really quick.
That was insane.
I've never seen a pro golfer have the yips all in consecutive shots
The
like
putt
that.
might have been the worst one.
Yeah. Did
Like,
you
he
guys see
topped
that?
I
No,
think.
didn't see it.
It's a 4-slide deck on Instagram, and it's chunk in the rough, chunk in the rough.
Putt that he tops, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something really weird.
Was there 4 there? Yeah, because he's greenside into chunk, putt that he topped, and then makes
Two-
his
Yeah,
two
makes
putt.
it two
Yeah,
putts there
makes-
for doubt. Like he dropped, he had but he held on to win, so good for him.
Yeah. Although the funny thing is when I looked up to see if he did win, his name is Nicholas Hogard something else.
Norsgaard.
Norsgaard, yeah. So when you look it up on the leaderboard, it's actually not Norsgaard. It's something else, and you have to click on his name. He's got 3 names.
Yeah, well, it's
Weird.
like how you can't look up the Hogard
Yes.
brothers on PGA Tour
'Cause they
their
owe-
O has that line through it.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's
Um,
stupid.
That's it for news. Pick recap.
New champion.
New champ.
We all got 2 trophies.
Not
1.5.
Yeah, I do. I got 1.5
Yeah.
at least.
Well, that's not 2.
Well, at least 1.5. I'll give myself an extra half.
Rounding up, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're not rounding up for your silly season 3-month win.
Hey, it's not my fault. You guys wanted to axe it because you
Round
stunk
up.
at it.
It wasn't very
This
good.
sounds like when you said that under 5, or when 4 wasn't less than 5, or whatever that bet was. Remember that one?
Yeah, I remember exactly what that
Yeah.
was.
Finished T4, wasn't top 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we
you don't
argued that-
gamble.
Yeah, you don't
I
gamble.
know,
That's
I
technically
know.
not top 5.
But
But think about it at the same time.
loud.
Hey, I know what it sounds like, but if I was to make that bet online, I'm not getting
Paid.
exactly
Full paid.
fully. I'm getting a small portion of it.
So he still kind of was top 5. Then.
So which one of those T4 guys is 8th then?
I don't know.
Retrogression.
None of them.
Baronell finished with 34 points. Matty B 30. Harv 23. Knoop 21.
I got the extra point for the Scheffler win. In quotes. quotes.
I did not.
pretty
I didn't
sure.
give that to you.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Harv and I were tied at 22.
I don't think so.
We tied 1 week.
No, we didn't.
what's the
we
difference?
did.
Who got third? What's the difference?
Well,
You guys could both have 0 and it wouldn't matter.
It's a third of a trophy. Now he's up
Hey,
to
there you go.
1.8.
Yep, I'll take that right there.
For third. So Bronell with the standings from the week had Scheffler 3rd, Xander 13th, Hovland 8th, and Batya 24th for a 12 average. Knoop was 2nd. He had Cuntley 20th, Clark
Just about
8th,
misspoke.
Kirk 24th, and Tagala 2nd for a 13.5 average. I was 3rd. I had Bradley 27th, Matsuyama 16th, Aaron Rye 21st, and Adam Scott 5th for a 17.25 average. Matty B was 4th. He had Rory 12th, Aubert 19th, Fleetwood 16th, and Sepp Straka 27th for an 18.5.
Yeah, not great.
So,
Not great when you try and win.
I mean, we obviously have to change the picks for next year.
Yeah, I don't know
This
what
is-
it'll be.
This is old.
Does
I don't know
Randy
what
come
it
back?
is, but
Austin, glass shatter.
Not
Maybe,
the Randall Miser?
maybe we just don't do picks.
That's stupid.
Well, we got to do something, but it might not be picked.
something with the tournament happening that week.
We
Yeah.
should pick one person from every tournament going on.
That could be all right. Give us
Even
a
the
reason to
Asian ones,
much
even
research.
the whatever, just
pick the same guy.
You don't do
every-
research right now. So
I know. Well, so that's even more. No, right now, I can kind of.
fake your
figure
way
it
through
out.
Yeah.
he
I
just
mean,
won. He knew,
obviously-
I guess he knew what he was doing.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That
It's
was-
embarrassing for you if you are doing research.
I'm not.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, what a week it was. I'm excited for a week off, though. It's been a grind, fellas. Grind of a summer. Labor Day is always the capper for us. So it'll be nice
Not
to
really.
take a week
We
off.
got club
and-
championships. We got player cup.
No, I mean
legends.
like capper for like just like decompressing.
Ah, yes.
I think we're going to play a club championship this year.
Are you gonna play?
It's next
You want to
weekend,
play in
right?
a horse race?
Yeah, there's a horse race. So
Okay. I said I'm going to play, so
Perfect.
we bumping?
2 weeks.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bumping. Yeah.
So
That place?
so I thought they moved. I thought they moved the event to next weekend.
They did.
So you can't. Anyone that goes to Player Cup can't play in it. Same weekend.
No,
No,
it's
it's
the
the weekend
21st.
before.
This Player Cup.
Well, 21st we're in Montreal then.
No.
29th.
Next.
We leave the 26th.
You too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we do. That's
Hang
right.
out
I was
Yeah.
looking at flights today for the 21st, and Canoop's like, no, that's not the right weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that flight.
That's what screwed me
especially
up.
It's the Monday flight coming home that screws you.
Well,
cheap.
not if you get
It's
truth.
cheap.
Not if
So
you get truth and
expensive.
It's Thursday
reconciliation.
day.
Oh, you
Well,
meant
when I
Thursday's
had to switch
expensive.
mine, it was like $600 to
yeah.
fly home on
It was
Monday.
definitely more
Yeah,
expensive.
if I come home Tuesday, I could save like $400.
So we
Crazy.
booked ours before everyone that was going to the President's Cup. Like we booked ours before the tickets became available. Because as soon as tickets became available, then all of a sudden the flights went up because everyone's flying in and out. Like there's gonna be so many people flying out on Monday out of Montreal. That's why the flight's expensive.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. But the flight there from Regina, why is that expensive?
It was like $700.
Yeah.
I think it's how it works. Is the flight from Calgary to Montreal is expensive.
Yes.
Regina to Calgary is not expensive at all.
Mm.
That Calgary one for all the people going from Calgary to Montreal to the event is expensive.
How's there no direct flights?
Montreal.
Montreal's a tough one.
And why can't you go to Toronto and then to Montreal?
Oh,
Why
I'm
do you
sure
always have
one
to
of
go
the
back to
options-
Calgary?
I don't think there's many that go straight to Toronto anymore.
Oh,
from
yeah,
Regina.
there
You should
is.
look into what it would
Not
cost.
like only at the start of the day.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect.
You should look at flying late to Toronto. I don't know what Toronto flights are late Thursday, and then hopping on the Montreal to Toronto flight on
Just
Friday.
drive to Winnipeg, maybe.
How far is it from Toronto to Montreal?
Far.
And not as close as you think.
Like 5 hours
Drive?
To
driving?
drive?
Yeah.
That traffic? Probably.
Probably.
I don't know.
More than that.
You want to look it up? Off the pod?
Off the pod, yeah.
'Kay.
Anything else to recap?
I don't think so.
Fantastic.
But
go
I
to
am
sleep.
Come on, garbage time.
I know he's going to hit one here.
Toronto to Montreal
Just a
is a 5-hour drive.
How did I
548
nail that?
kilometers.
Nailed it.
Yeah, but
Five-
traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 5:48. 5 hours and 22 minutes according to this. So you'd probably shave that down to 5.
And you're going to rent a vehicle?
Might be cheaper than the flight if I fly direct to Toronto.
You might even
And
beat
rent a
us there.
vehicle.
You might beat us there
Right?
on Thursday.
And
No,
you guys
yeah.
renting a vehicle when you're there?
No,
Yeah, so
shuttles.
Then perfect. I'd have a vehicle.
Uh,
You're welcome.
all right, you guys got anything else? All right, we will see everyone, talk to everyone in 2 weeks from now when we come back for our, I guess that's Player Cup. I thought there was only a week off before the event, so we're going to have Player Cup preview, all that stuff, and then we should take 2 weeks off before. But
There's
we'll,
a tournament in there.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yep.
Protec or something?
Yep.
Protec?
Live,
ProTech Electric.
live Chicago.
Live Chicago.
Live Chicago,
Oh,
yeah.
that'll
we'll
be a
do
big
pod for
recap
that,
show, yeah.
All right, but until then, it's time for us to hit the clubhouse.